Just like many cryptos in 2022 and 2023, Avalanche is looking like it's just about to die, and just like it's been dying for a year or even more. And just like many others, Avalanche is currently 90% down. So is this another dead coin in the world of crypto? Or do we actually have an amazing opportunity here and a severe undervaluation of the Avalanche blockchain, of the Avalanche token on the Avalanche network? Okay, today we're gonna discuss that in detail, guys. We're gonna discuss today the tokenomics. We're gonna discuss the recent on-chain activity, primarily from developers of Avalanche. We're gonna discuss the volume that Avalanche has today and the TVL that they still have after all of the crazy bear market that we have had. And of course, lastly, once we take all of this into the account, we will analyze how many X's can Avalanche do from here. It's like really absolutely $14 as I'm recording this video. How much higher can it go by the next bull run, given all of the work that Avalanche is doing? So guys, let's start from the technical analysis and why am I really excited just to look at the Avalanche chart as we're speaking today, and why all of the fundamentals could be really interesting combined with the price action that we have for Avalanche. Okay, so as we've said, obviously we're 90% down like many other coins, but all of that being said, guys, look how long we've been here in this channel. Just between generally $10 to $20. Avalanche has been here literally from June 2022, and I'm recording this video in June 2023, for an entire year. You know, yes, we kind of had this fake out here, but you know, we don't really count it. Generally, we've been in this region for 1 year. Now, that being said, guys, look, the $10 has been a super strong support, you know, even back here in the mini bear market we've had in 2021, and once again here, like in the last kind of possibly the bottom for crypto in December 2022, twice that Avalanche went to $10, right? But all of that being said, guys, look, particularly today, Avalanche is actually among the few slightly green coins here. You see, as I'm recording the video, most of the rest of crypto, especially, you know, the smaller than the top three, is actually all of them are down today, and Avalanche is holding not that bad because it's at this support level right now as we're recording at 14. But you know, generally it can go to $10, but even if it goes there, again, in my opinion, it's going to be an exciting opportunity, a really exciting one. Okay, because again, we're going to discuss like how far can it go in the future, right? So like the lower we go in the let's say next half a year or 1 year, the higher upside potential that Avalanche are going to have. Okay, so we're gonna get back to the price prediction videos and to the technical analysis at the last part of the video. But now, guys, I just want to really show you my excitement, okay? Why I think Avalanche is becoming more and more as a really one of the most interesting opportunities right now in the whole world of crypto, okay? So let's go to the tokenomics. I want to explain something, okay? Something really important that I see not that many people really explain in past videos, okay? Tokenomics are exceptionally important for any crypto, okay? Now, the important thing that I want to show you, okay, is that, you see, I singled out, let me say who I did not single out, right? I didn't single out the staking rewards, team, foundation, strategic partners, and airdrop, okay? But I have really the most important people for any crypto token when it comes to sell pressure, and that's basically the public sale and the private sale and seed sale, you see, and incentivized stuff, okay? Like these are the most important people in when it comes to sell pressure on tokens historically, okay? Of course, sometimes team or strategic partners can also be, but generally the public sale, private sale, they, like, you know, liquidate like crazy, okay? And especially also remember something really important is that the private sale prices were like 30 cents or so, okay? So many people are still up a lot from all of these private sales, okay? So the information here is not like fully correct to my knowledge, but just generally, guys, I'm gonna tell you that as far as I remember and know from the Avalanche ecosystem, the last tokens that these people have received, have unlocked, okay, was in around May 2022, okay? and you can see like approximately here all of that is stopped. Okay, like this is June and this is May 2022, and as you can see all of these people are flat throughout this whole time and until 2030. Okay, and then you only have token inflation from the staking rewards team, foundation, strategic partners, and airdrop. Okay, but again, they normally provide a lot less sell pressure. Okay, so the primary sell pressure was from the unlocks during 2021 and then in May 2022. Okay, and why is that important? Okay, because in May 2022 basically that's also you had the Terra Luna collapse. We have to remember that. Okay, but generally guys, look, we like Avalanche was kind of holding here above the 50 something dollars for a very long time, and then once these last token unlocks arrived in May 2022, look like how severely it collapsed from like 50 something or even 60 something dollars, just like in, you know, in 1 month basically, right? In 1.5 months or so, it just collapsed from like 60 something dollars to $16. So I mean, apart from Terra Luna, back here in May and June 2022, Avalanche actually collapsed, like had an avalanche of their token price, right? A lot more than many other tokens. Okay, especially big ones like layer 1 tokens. So the rest was history, right? So I mean, many public and private sell investors here sold super heavily, and again, remember, they were still in a large profit. They were still like in like 100x here. Okay, they sold heavily, but since then actually we're still approximately around the same region. Okay, meaning we don't have all of these new tokenomics that I mean the new token unlocks that are being received every single month, you know, by the staking, by the foundation, and so on, and airdrop and so on. Okay, this is not affecting the price anymore. Okay, because we're in the same exact region for a full year. And don't let it mistake you, like, yes, some other coins also survived not very bad since June 2022, but many coins are down a lot since then as well. Okay, so bottom line, the tokenomics are not anymore such a major issue as it was in 2021 and 2022 for Avalanche, and that's super important, because like the people who are desperate to sell, they aren't desperate to sell anymore. Okay, so we have this out of the way, and this is going to be exceptionally important for the bull run. So that's one very important check mark and a very important thumbs up for Avalanche going forward. Okay, AVAX token. So these were the tokenomics. Now I also want to show something, I guess, relatively negative, but not negative in a huge way, because like many you know, layer 1s collapsed. But generally, you know, like the volume that we have today for Avalanche is still quite low. It's still like in the vicinity of $20 million, and you know, it looks like the layer 2s on Ethereum are like really catching up, and you know, they have a lot more volume. You know, this is a layer 2, Optimism is a layer 2, Polygon is a kind of a side chain but still a layer 2, Pulse chain is a, you know, had a new really nice launch and they have more. This is a layer 2 as well, and this is BSC, right? So you can see Solana actually collapsed even more. Solana has even less volume than Avalanche. Phantom, for example, just has like 3 million, you know, like, so many coins collapsed a lot more. This is Aptos, it had a lot of hype, and you know, it has even under 1 million. So like, when it comes to the volume that Avalanche have today in June 2023, I will say it's kind of not bad, but also not that impressive. You know, they definitely want to be maybe closer like to Pulse Chain and Polygon, maybe sort of just under 100 million into their days terms. So when it comes to the volume that they generate right now on their decentralized exchanges, kind of not bad, but also not that awesome. So not that impressive, but not very bad. Now guys, I'm going to show you the last two things that are pretty impressive to me, okay, for Avalanche. Okay, so recently they've had the Avalanche Summit, okay, and the interesting thing, guys, I want to show you here in DeFi Llama. Okay, so the TVL, yeah, it collapsed just like for many other chains, but you know, like, it's still in the top 7 approximately here, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, approximately in the top 7 coins with the largest TVL. Okay, so it's still up there, right? So just like we showed here in the volume, you know, like Phantom looks close here, but it has 3 million, or Aptos has like under 1 million. So Avalanche is still in the game, you know what I mean? It has a decent volume, it has a decent TVL still after all of the craziness that has been going on in crypto. So these are good signs. But then, guys, I just want to show you this recent spike. This is an interesting spike, okay, with the active users, okay, especially since like the beginning of 2023. Okay, like, so the active users were approximately here like 17-20k, okay, per day. And you know, after these Avalanche summits, you know, like the active users had something like a 3x, but the price, like, you know what I mean, this was actually January, so I mean the price, even depending how you look at it, so from here it even went down, but like from here we're slightly up. And also it didn't affect the price at all yet, but normally, guys, the fundamentals are coming first and then the price action catches up, you know. So this is really interesting, and I just want to show you that this is pretty unique, you know what I mean. Like, let's have a look on Polygon, for example, and activate active users, and you see like it also looks not very bad at all, you know, but it's still like just in the same region more or less, okay, for Polygon. BSC also, like, I was surprised to see that it still has the same amount of active users more or less for quite a long time. So, you know, that was the bear market, you know, so it did like went like 2x lower, and then, you know, it kind of has a bit more, but generally, you know, like there's still like 1 million users, a lot of users. BSC is really successful, but you know, they don't really have a spike. That's the bottom line, you know. Like Ethereum users also approximately the same. Let's do again active users, more or less the same, you know, for a very long time. So Ethereum, BSC, Polygon, more or less the same users, but Avalanche, you know, has this interesting spike since the times of the summit and everything, right? And this is a pretty significant spike. Like, we're still kind of, you know, just back to these regions here, or even just under, you know, like over here we were like at 90k, 100 and something k of active users, you know, but like this was the peaks of the bull run, right? Like, we're talking here about these times when Avalanche price was like 190, you know, 100 and something. So bottom line, guys, the interesting thing is that according here, at least to, to DeFi Llama, to the active users on the Avalanche chain, you know, it's starting to get to the regions from here, you know, from like late 2021, but the price is still $13-14, you know, not 100. That's significant, guys. Like, this is still the bear market. Like, likely, again, this is not financial advice, but likely Avalanche is not gonna pump in the very immediate future, and if it does, it's gonna be less of an opportunity. But you know, guys, like, if it does keep growing, you know, if it does keep growing, and Avalanche price is still low, I think Avalanche is gonna become more and more as a much more interesting and much better opportunity than other coins. Okay, so let me show you one more thing which could be correlated to all of that. This is on the official Avalanche, you know, Block Explorer and their official website. So some of the information here is a little bit like, you know, difficult to trust some of this, but like I want to show you the important thing, okay, from this whole website, in my opinion, and that's the contract deployers. Okay, and look at this spike, you know, and this has also started here from like around April 2023, similarly to this spike in the users here, really, right, from DeFi Llama. And DeFi Llama, this is like a neutral place for statistics, right? So this is not neutral, this is Avalanche website, but still, you know, look at the amount of deployers. Like, it just means that since this summit and everything, you know, like you just have a lot more builders on the Avalanche network, and this is like the general smart contract that they have on their chain. This is still, you see, like it was going up steadily, kind of, and you know, and you again here in April you had this interesting spike, you know. So when it comes to the developer activity, like you can say that Avalanche is definitely the developer's choice, you know, the blockchain crypto developer's choice, because a lot more people are building more and more protocols on Avalanche, and this is going to be also very important because, you know, like blockchain still just keeps innovating non-stop, and you know, next bull run probably we're going to have even more narratives, more use cases and everything. And you know, just the more basically developers you have on the chain excited to build on your chain, the more likely you are pioneering some of the new innovation. So, you know, this spike is exceptionally important for exactly that. Okay, so guys, you have this, okay, this fundamental spike from April 2023. We're gonna monitor, and I'm gonna do new videos. Definitely subscribe to the video, subscribe to the channel and leave a like and everything, you know. And join me in this journey if you want to see me cover fundamentally similarly to what I do here. I try to do my best to, you know, up my game and try to be a little bit better than most of the YouTubers, most of the videos that they provide. But you know, guys, like, I want to analyze really to the core what's happening with the crypto tokens, and show you guys, you know, free here on YouTube, how every platform is doing, right? So with back to Avalanche here, right? I really like what I see, all of the spike from April 2023, but again, the price has been just stagnant and even went lower during these times. Okay, this is why the opportunity could be fantastic. Okay, so all of that being said, guys, after we've covered all of that, let's finally get to the price prediction section of the video and the technical analysis, and yeah, how high can Avalanche go by the next bull run. But also, guys, before that, I also want to talk, of course, with this downtrend here, how much lower can it go? Okay, because again, personally, I hope it gets lower, of course, right? Like, I mean, the lower you get, the bigger the upside you can have, again, especially for something that fundamentally is growing. You know what I mean? Like, as long as they grow fundamentally, to me personally, it doesn't matter at all if the price is going lower. Again, I'm even pretty happy, because then I can deploy even more cash into Avalanche. Okay, so first of all, let's discuss the downside potential, right? So as you guys can see, we're pretty bearish here. Okay, like, we're below many important moving averages, and you know, like, the 50 moving average is very important for many cryptos, and you see, like, once for the first time ever, Avalanche dropped below it. Like, look, like, it just dropped below the 50 week here, and again, it was combined, like, you guys remember, it was combined with the Tokenomics, Terra Luna, but still, like, look, it just collapsed, like, never. And you know, like, here finally, such a long time, like in April 2023, finally it had a little bit of a new fight with the 50-week moving average, and it lost this fight. Okay, so it's bearish, it's underneath the 50-week moving average, and it obviously can keep going a lot lower. So recently, you know, it had a nice fight here at the $14 region, because it had good support here from the past, from the $14 region, but you know, nothing is set in stone. And in my personal opinion, you know, like, the more likely path of least resistance for Avalanche in the, let's say, few next months, I think it can definitely reach the $10 again, but nobody knows for sure, but I think it's very possible. Okay, then the price that, like, I just want to say, like, I'm not really gonna wait for that, and I definitely don't think it's a likely scenario, but I think it's possible. And maybe if it gets there, it's you know, not really gonna stay there for a very long time. But the other option, you know, like, if crypto will collapse in a major way together with the rest of the stock market, and, you know, in a more worst case scenario, but again, it's not like my base case. Okay, it's just important for me to explain that. I think actually like this region of the $6 to $7 can actually also be a possibility, okay, for Avalanche, especially, like, it depends kind of how it behaves. If it gets to the $10, how does it behave there? Is it able to kind of succeed there or no? If not, then I think the region between the $6 to $7, but maybe actually some front running of these levels, meaning, like, maybe also 8, around the $8 region, I think that will become a very decent possibility for Avalanche. Okay, at the worst case scenario. But once again, like, if we go, like, you know, like, let's say $7, it's gonna be like 50% down from the current price of $14. Again, for me personally, it's absolutely amazing, because, like, if you get to buy Avalanche, just think about it again, to the upside. If you get to buy Avalanche at $7 and they keep growing and growing, and they have more and more builders and more like real activity on their chains, like, it's no brainer, you know what I mean? In my opinion, the current price is also pretty great, you know, like $14, but if you can be blessed with even lower prices of $10 or $7, that's absolutely fantastic. Okay, so that's the downside potential. So that being said, guys, now let's really discuss the upside for the next crypto cycles. And you know, there have been so many crypto cycles, and people are just gonna jump in once again and just create the altcoin seasons once again and again and again. I don't think that's ever gonna stop, and I think some people were joking in the past that many people were thinking crypto is gonna become like stocks eventually once they grow. But you know, I think it's a little bit of a generational shift in investors as well. And generally, guys, like if you remember Meta collapsing here, like from, you know, from the highs to like $90, and it already did like a 3x in like, you know, half a year. And Meta is like a blue chip, you know, like it's the massive stock. So basically this stock market has become more like the crypto instead of the opposite, you know what I mean? So I expect personally, you know, I expect crypto and stocks still to have massive bull runs, and probably also a bit more severe bear markets for the stock market, and for the crypto probably similar. So I think Avalanche has really fantastic chances of participating again in a major bull run, and it could outperform many other layer ones based on what we discussed today. Okay, so the current market cap for Avalanche at the current prices here is approximately 5 billion market cap only. Okay, so just reaching the highs. Okay, I'm not gonna only talk about like the high of the actual price, but I actually want to go here to the market cap, okay, because we discussed the tokenomics, that we've had less tokenomics tokens in circulation. Okay, so the actual market cap top, excuse me, for Avalanche was 30 billion. Okay, so to reach the exact same top for Avalanche at 30 billion from 5 billion, that's gonna be a 6x, which is also not bad at all. And again, remember, if we actually go to $7, that 6x becomes a 12x. Okay, right? So, and in my opinion, it's not like you know, I will personally say that personally, especially if Avalanche Network is growing and is going to be bigger than the times it was here, back here, you know, in late 2021. You know, like very likely Avalanche is going to get to much higher market cap and prices than here. Okay, so next one I want to compare, guys, to Cardano in the last cycle. Okay, and soon you're gonna understand why it's important. Cardano in the last cycle reached 90 billion market cap valuation. Okay, so that's like a 3x from the market cap than that Avalanche had. So like if that's supposed to be a 6x from the current price, another 3x on that is like 18 to 20x. Okay, if it's gonna reach the exact same market cap of Cardano, right? So why am I showing Cardano? Because like Cardano actually didn't have that much like organic, you know, success with their smart contracts yet, right? Because like they're trying to build for the long term and everything, but they did reach this valuations, right? And like it's not Ethereum, it's not Bitcoin, it was another layer one. So like Avalanche is you know, on the same kind of level more or less with Cardano, in the sense that they're both like the you know, in the past they were called like Ethereum killers, right? But I don't think anybody's gonna kill Ethereum. I just think the world is gonna go multi-chain, and I think you're gonna have a few really big winners like Ethereum and possibly Avalanche, right? So what I want to say here, guys, is that Cardano reached $90 billion of market cap valuation without fundamentally being extremely successful. So just thanks to mania alone and really strong community, it was able to reach that in the past cycle, right? So, excuse me, so in the next cycle, the general crypto is gonna get higher than the $3 trillion valuation for the total crypto market cap that we've had in late 2021. And you know, if Avalanche is super successful fundamentally, which currently shows signs of being that, you know, even the 90 to 100 billion market cap valuation for Avalanche, in my opinion, is not really the ceiling of what Avalanche could reach. But again, like me personally, from what I've learned in the past, it's good to not like wait for the extremely unbelievable prices which are possible in crypto. But like, if you wait for that, you know, you basically you can just miss the top. You know what I mean? Like if in the past cycle you were waiting here for like $300, but it reached 150 and you didn't sell at all. And by the way, for full transparency, me personally, I wasn't perfect. I sold Avalanche at $90 based on the strategy I had at the time here. This was here. So actually, as you can see, I sold it like a little bit before actually another little pump that followed. But you know, like long term, as you can see, like a $90 sell for Avalanche was pretty great, right? So similarly to the next cycle, you know, waiting for like extremely high valuations, in my opinion, it's good to keep some to be able to sell there, but generally, like, you know, waiting, not selling at all, and waiting for really high prices, normally it's a very bad strategy from my personal experience. So that being said, 90 to 100 billion market cap for Avalanche, that's in my opinion sort of the, I would say, my best case scenario for the next bull cycle, because it's based on Avalanche being fundamentally more successful than Cardano, the crypto total market cap obviously reaching higher than the 3 trillion it reached in late 2021. So in my opinion, just reaching what Cardano had in the past cycle is, you know what I mean, is a very decent target, right? It can outperform that, and in my opinion, it will have also decent chances of outperforming that. But for me, this is like my primary target. Okay, let's round it up to 100 billion market cap. So if we round this up to 5 billion, we're talking here about 20x, right? So like, guys, for layer ones, okay, for crypto that is number 15 currently in today's days, in 2023 for crypto, and you know, like, it's still kind of early, but it's not that early like it was in the past. Okay, like the large coins are really large today. Okay, like even here in the bear market, guys, like Avalanche is still 5 billion market cap. Like it's not small, you know what I mean? It's not early anymore. But I like, you know, I think for this cycle, having like major coins, layer ones, like, you know, Avalanche, that like you literally can buy them for like $1 million. And not move the price by much, you know, it's insane. Like doing a 20x, having a 20x opportunity on something like that, it's absolutely crazy. Like, think about it. Like, crypto is still sort of in the adoption cycle, and it's getting there, and it's becoming bigger and bigger, obviously, as you go farther in the past. But you know, like all of these opportunities are gonna end at some point for crypto. Obviously, they're gonna arrive somewhere else, or maybe inside the world of crypto. Who knows? But generally, for layer ones, like, you know, for protocols, we're not gonna have these opportunities of like 20x for, you know, like in a decade from now. I personally highly doubtful we will have that. So the way I see it, guys, like a 20x from this exact moment as I'm recording the video for Avalanche is a very nice, likely probability. And in my opinion, it's absolutely awesome. So again, if we go back to Avalanche, if it's gonna get to like, what price did we say? Like the $7 region, guys, we're talking here like exact half from that. So like a 40x. And again, this is not a crazy target in my personal opinion, having 100 billion market cap for Avalanche, right? So then, guys, I will say that like the really higher end of the target, but once again, I personally will not be waiting for that. I will just keep probably some of the funds, obviously to not miss it in case, you know, you go higher. Like for example, again, last cycle in Avalanche, yeah, you could have sold like here or here, and it's not very bad, right? And again, like this is after a mania, like, you know, selling here like at you know, 50 after it did like a 5x in like you know, a month. It's not very bad, right? Like $50 here, it's not a very bad sell. But just sometimes in crypto, yeah, like you still have another 3x, right? So that's possible that Avalanche will reach 100 billion. And it will seem like, oh my god, we just had the mania, it was absolutely crazy. But maybe it's again similar to what happened here, right? Like maybe it actually still will have another 3x or so, right? Especially in the mania, but then it will collapse obviously from there again. So you know, again, this is like my highest end target. I hope I explained myself the best I could. I'm not gonna wait for that, but I think it's kind of relatively reasonable. And I will say, like, let's say from the current price here in the bear market for Ethereum, like approximately the 200 billion to maybe 300 billion market cap, that will be like my highest end of a target for Avalanche. and that makes it 60x from the current price, and even more than 100x for if Avalanche goes to like $7. And I hope you guys understand why I do have some hope that Avalanche will actually dip below $10. But again, I'm not, like similarly to how I'm not gonna wait for Avalanche to reach 300 billion market cap, I'm also not gonna wait for Avalanche to reach $7, because it may never do that, similarly to the 300 billion market cap, at least in one single cycle. So yeah, guys, hope that video helped you. You're very welcome to join me in this nice crypto journey we're creating here. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Leave a comment, let me know what you think is a reasonable price target for Avalanche, and don't forget to like the video just to support the channel. And yeah, guys, I hope you have a fantastic week and a fantastic weekend ahead, and cheers as always.